Alright there, YouTube. It's time for me to give you my review of this fantastic game. Let me start by giving you some background as to why I'm qualified to give an informative review of Quake Champions. I started playing first-person shooter games back in the Wolfenstein 3D days, playing the shareware version on a 286 or maybe it was a 386. I spent hours searching for hidden rooms and blasting Nazis. This was before the internet. Then along came Doom. I remember living with a buddy of mine who had recently bought a house, and he got Doom shareware on floppies. We loaded it up, and after playing it through, he found an item in the menu for dial-up connection. Whoa, wait a damn second. We can actually call each other and play against each other? No freaking way. I remember the first time I saw him run by, I was like, I just saw you. You just passed me. This is incredible. We thought it was incredible that I could see him run by me. When Quake came out, I was blown away. It was a true 3D and had multiplayer. Amazing. Funny thing is, I didn't really get into Quake until Quake 2. I signed up with MPlay or some online service to play against others and eventually found GameSpy, which was a server browser for finding games, not the, GameSpy eventually became like a website and all that other stuff, but it was originally just a program that you'd launch on your computer to find other players playing games. You could pick the game that you wanted, and then you could sort by servers. It was just a server browser. Looking at Quake Champions, I don't see a server browser, so I'm thinking it's either P2P, player to player, peer to peer, or they simply aren't listed. I don't know. If it doesn't have dedicated servers, that makes me a bit worried. Why? Because servers also add to the camaraderie of playing Quake. I fondly remember long nights hitting friends up to meet at Nostramos RA, Nostramos Rocket Arena, for some Rocket Arena action, or Duel on our server. We actually set up a server back in the day and took it. Me and a buddy of mine, Wiz, I called him Wiz, his name was David. We all pitched in together on a news group and paid for a server. We built the server and then took it down to an internet service provider in Florida. There was a girl called Rat Girl or something like that. This girl that played Quake 2, she had worked at an ISP, and we were able to bring our server, physical server, to the ISP and get it set up, and that was our server. So we had a server on a fat pipe at the ISP. This was back in the day when you had, mostly were on dial-up, or few people had a fast internet connection. Anyway, back before consoles screwed it up, and I'll get to that more in a bit. We had a thriving community with tons of sites dedicated to Quake, offering maps, skins, mods, everything, all completely free. I mean free. Not with a subscription or something like that, but 100% free. If you joined Nostramos Rocket Arena and didn't have the map, it would download automatically. Or you could go to the site and download all of them completely free. Anyway, back to why consoles suck. Just kidding, but in a way, yeah. When consoles went online and developers realized mom and dad will buy maps and skins and mods for their kids, it was all over for us PC gamers and our free content. Way to go, consoles. That brings us to this glorious game, Quake effing Champions. PC only. Super fast gibfest of a throwback to days gone by. The essential true test of skill. First, we need to discuss the elephant in the room. The Champions aspect. Let me be clear. This is Quake. This is not some pastel-colored candy-ass Overwatch clone. The characters have abilities, but those abilities won't save you from a 20-year veteran of Quake. Oh, you will get owned. Not by me, but by those folks who didn't stop playing Quake like I did 15 years ago. Back 15 years ago, I'd have owned you too, but I'm an old dude now, and my reflexes aren't what they used to be. Word of advice: don't play Duel or Free-for-all. Don't play Duel or Deathmatch. You can play Deathmatch, but be prepared to be owned. Yeah. Play a team mode. So hopefully your team has a veteran like Rocket Jump Ninja, so you don't cry to mama and throw your mouse through your screen. Back in the day, I played with the name Frank Rizzo, and then Tuna Boy, because a friend in the news group, Chicken, this guy's named Chicken, Alt Games Quake 2, the news group, Alt Games Quake 2. Back before, we had bulletin board type of stuff back then, but we used to get on this thing and all talk about the games that we were playing, and people would ask questions. Anyway, this guy gave me a nickname after a comment I made in the forum. I was pretty good, usually coming out in the top 3 on the servers, but even as good as I was, I'd get owned by a few players. One guy, a friend of the guy that gave me the nickname, named Spank Daddy, played with 2 joysticks and foot pedals. And let me tell you, that guy would clean house. When we played Duel back then, you would wait for your turn and observe the game in progress. Oh, by the way, that's also what you did in Rocket Arena. Like, after you died, you had 1 shot. When you died, you had to wait for the rest of the match to continue. That's how Rocket Arena worked. It was pretty cool. You didn't take damage when you shot your rocket to rocket jump. You didn't take any self-damage from rockets. Only other people took damage from your rockets. So you could rocket jump everywhere. That's what Rocket Arena was. For those of you that don't know what it is, you would shoot the ground and jump, and it would hurl you up, you know, real high. And it's a good way to practice rocket jumping. But you didn't take damage, but when you died, it was a team-based game. There was A team and B team, you know, red or blue or whatever. And when you died, you went into the waiting room, and you could either wait in the waiting room and run around with all the players that also died and just goof off in there. It was kind of cool because you could see each other. It was an actual room that you could see each other in the room and run around with them. Or you could go and spectate. You could go and spectate and watch the game in progress. Now, you can only watch your own team. You couldn't watch the other team, so you couldn't get on like like on the phone or, you know, over the mics and, you know, VoIP, and you couldn't talk to them and say, hey, he's coming around the corner. You couldn't give them tips, but you could watch your own players so you'd see how they were doing. It was a pretty cool way to play. Anyway, that's how they also did Duel. When you played Duel, it did that too. You would spectate. Anyway, so we were playing Duel and we were in line. You'd be in line for Duel. Like now on Quake Champions, when you pick Duel, you just get in there and they put you 1 versus 1 against a person. You just jump in a server and start playing 1 versus 1. But back then, you actually waited in line in that room, and you waited for the next one, and you could click to be the next in line. So if I wanted to play, say, my buddy Arson Divine, if I wanted to play him, he would pick next in line and I would pick next, and then if he won, I would be the next one and would play him. It was like a thing. If you won, you kept winning and kept playing. Other people would keep playing you and you can continue to play. That's how Duel used to work. We were in line to play in the room waiting on playing Duel, and some guy comes on there and starts talking a bunch of smack. He gets in there, starts saying, what, you guys suck, wait until I dominate your asses, bunch of noobs, shit like that. Anyway, Chicken was in there with me, and Chicken goes, hey, I'm gonna go get Spank. So he called up his buddy Spank and says, come on, you gotta come teach this guy a lesson. So Spank jumps on the server, and we said, you want to play Spank? He's pretty good. And the guy's like, sure, okay, I'll play him. So they go in a one-on-one duel. Spank beat that guy with hand grenades. That's the only weapon he used. He only used hand grenades. That's the worst weapon in the game. And they're not even like hand grenades that like go off when they hit you. You have to time them. They were like timer. They'd tick and you'd throw them and they would hit the ground and tick and then blow up. So he had to time it just right to kill this guy. And he killed that guy. That guy was so mad he rage quit. I wish I had a video of that. I used to have a video of it. Anyway, it was a riot. This goes back to the camaraderie and dedicated servers thing, which I don't see in this new Quake. That said, this is still Quake and it's incredible. The strafe jumping is in. The rocket jumping is in. I'm not a big fan of the railgun replacement, but it's in. I missed the grenade launcher. Come on, ID, give us grenade launcher. This new team mode capturing souls is good, kind of like a mix of CTF, Capture the Flag, and other similar mods. I'm not sure about hanging out waiting on the progress bar to capture. It seems to slow down movement. In CTF, you quickly got the flag and brought it to your base to touch your flag. You had a grappling hook to speed up the process. It was fast, no sitting around waiting. Maybe this will also have a CTF mode? I don't know. The other weapons are on point. Rocket launcher feels good. Shotgun feels powerful. They feel like Quake weapons, which is a great thing. I played a lot of Battlefield, and honestly, I got confused with all the attachments and weapon choices. Give me 3 to 5 weapons, each with a varying distance of damage, and I'm good. Plus, I know what the other person has based on what he or she is shooting at me. I have no idea in Battlefield. He or she have a scope or infrared, who knows? Here, I'm going to give you guys some tips from a veteran. A guy that's been playing Quake and Doom and stuff like that. There is no cover. Run and pick up health and armor. Waiting in a corner will get you dead. Your health doesn't regenerate. Get the mega health and armor before trying to get quad damage or some weapon. If you can control the health and armor, you can win. Learn the map so you know where those are and the fastest route to them. This is where learning to strafe jump and rocket jump helps. It can get you across the map and to the health or armor faster than the other players if you know how to do it. Join some team games and practice. Once you get good, then join some free-for-all, some deathmatch or duel. Just to be reminded that no matter how good you think you are, some 20-year vet will still own you like a noob. But learn from it and keep trying. So my review is this. I don't buy the character I want or some skins or shaders. I buy the game. I will buy this entire game and try all the characters to find out which one I like most. But even then, I'll switch up now and then for a change. After playing the beta for a few weekends, I can give this a must-buy recommendation. If you are like me and liked Quake, this is Quake. It harkens me back to the day when I pre-ordered the tin-box collector's version of Quake 3 from CompUSA in Duluth, Georgia, and couldn't wait for its release to pick it up and start fragging. It's that good, and should be on any real first-person gamer's list of must-buy games. I can't recommend this one more. It makes me want to upgrade my video card, monitor, keyboard, and mouse. I'm using an old GTX 760 on a 24-inch Asus 1080p 60Hz monitor, a cheapo mechanical keyboard, and a 10-year-old Logitech G9X laser mouse. For crying out loud, I'm lucky to get a single frag in this thing. But I'm having a blast doing it, and I'm having a good time. This is a great game, and they took a lot of time to make sure that this was like Quake, and it is Quake. So if you like first-person shooters, Twitch games, fast games, having a lot of fun, don't be intimidated by some guy that's been playing this thing for 20 years and owns you constantly. Just learn how he does it. Watch him play. Watch his videos and learn. And keep doing it. Keep practicing. It's worth it. The payoff is worth it. Because even if you don't ever beat him, you'll beat a lot of other players and have a good time playing doing it. Anyway, there's my review. Hope you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. And if you hate Quake, if you love Quake, keep an eye peeled. We'll see. I'll probably do some live streaming of Quake. I tried it a couple days ago and I had that problem with my microphone and my game sounds weren't coming out. I couldn't hear anything over my speakers. So I couldn't hear the game. I played through a map. I think I came in like 3rd or 4th, but it was a free-for-all and deathmatch, and I couldn't hear a thing that was going on, but I was talking the whole time, and my mic was not going over the stream. So I'll get that worked out and do some live stream and some Twitch things. I'll leave a link to my Twitch account so we can maybe get on here and do a little gaming. And if you see me on the server, give me a break. I'm an old man. Later. I'm out.